Welcome to Financial Literacy, your trusted guide to improving your financial knowledge and acumen in the ever-evolving world of finance. It's crucial to stay ahead of the curve. That's where we come in. We're here to empower you with the knowledge you need to make informed decisions, manage your finances effectively, and build lasting wealth. In our journey together, we'll cover a broad range of topics from basic budgeting to complex investment strategies. We're not just about numbers and charts. We're about helping you understand the underlying principles and strategies that lead to financial success. And today, we're taking a slightly different angle. We're going to explore a topic that might seem a bit unconventional in the realm of financial literacy, yet it's deeply intertwined with the concept of success. We're talking about the art of building relationships with successful people. Today, we delve into an interesting topic: how to become friends with successful people. So get ready and let's dive in. The first step in becoming friends with successful people is understanding the importance of networking. Networking, it's a word that gets thrown around a lot, especially in the world of business. But what does it really mean? At its core, networking is about building relationships. It's about connecting with others in meaningful ways. But it's more than just a strategy for climbing the career ladder. Networking is a vital part of personal growth and development. Think of your network as a web. Each strand represents a connection, a relationship. The stronger the strands, the more robust the web. And just like a spider uses its web to catch food, we use our networks to catch opportunities. But here's the thing, this web, your network, it's not just about you. It's about the people you connect with as well. It's about creating value for each other. In the context of becoming friends with successful people, networking is crucial. These individuals have reached where they are because of the relationships they've built, the networks they've created. They understand the value of a strong network. They appreciate those who bring value to their lives professionally or personally. Now you might be thinking, how can I, an ordinary person, bring value to a successful person? Well, remember, everyone has something unique to offer. Maybe it's a fresh perspective or a unique skill or a connection to a different network. The key is to find what you can bring to the table. Networking isn't just about taking. It's not a transaction where you hand over a business card and expect something in return. No, networking is about giving as well. It's about creating meaningful relationships where both parties benefit. It's about mutual growth and mutual success. So if you want to be friends with successful people, start by building your network, connect with others, build relationships, and most importantly, create value. Remember, successful people value those who can contribute to their lives just as much as they can contribute to yours. Remember, networking is a two-way street. Always aim to create value. Now that we know the importance of networking, the next step is identifying successful people. In our journey towards financial literacy and personal growth, we must be able to recognize successful individuals in various fields. But how do we do that? What are the traits that successful people usually possess and how can we spot them? Firstly, successful people are often goal-oriented. They have a clear sense of purpose and direction. They set their sights on a target and work relentlessly towards it. They're the ones who are always planning, strategizing, and executing. They don't just dream. Secondly, successful people exhibit resilience. They face setbacks and failures just like everyone else. But they don't let these obstacles deter them. Instead, they learn from their mistakes, adapt, and keep pushing forward. They're the ones who persevere when the going gets tough. Another trait of successful people is their thirst for knowledge. They are lifelong learners, always seeking to expand their horizons and deepen their understanding. They're the ones who are constantly reading, attending seminars, or enrolling in courses. But here's a word of caution. It's not uncommon to mistake outward appearances for success. The flashy cars, designer clothes, and luxurious lifestyles can be deceiving. While these may be indicators of financial wealth, they do not necessarily equate to success. True success is more than material wealth. It's about personal growth, fulfillment, and making a positive impact. So how do we identify truly successful people? Look beyond the surface and pay attention to their actions, their habits, their attitudes. Listen to what they say and how they say it. Observe how they treat others, especially those who can do nothing for them. These are the indicators of true success. Identifying successful people is a crucial step. But remember, true success lies beneath the surface. Having identified successful people, the next step is approaching them. Approaching successful people can feel like a daunting task. You might find yourself asking, how do I make a good impression? Or what should I say? But fear not, because like most things in life, this too can be mastered with a little bit of practice and the right mindset. Keep in mind, successful people are just like you and me. They value authenticity and genuine connections. So the first and foremost rule of approaching anyone, not just successful people, is to be genuine. Authenticity resonates. It's about showing up as you and not pretending to be someone you're not. It's about expressing your interest in them and their work, genuinely. Next, let's talk about respect. Respect their time and their boundaries. Successful people are often busy. They appreciate interactions that are concise, meaningful, and respectful of their time. If you have an opportunity to interact with them, make sure you're prepared. Know what you want to say and say it succinctly. Now on to professionalism. Remember, you are approaching them because you admire their success and you want to learn from them. This isn't a casual interaction. Be professional in your demeanor and your communication. This doesn't mean you can't be friendly, but there's a certain decorum to maintain. Making a good first impression is vital. It's about striking the right balance between confidence and humility. Show confidence in yourself and your abilities, but also show humility in acknowledging their success and expressing your desire to learn from them. And lastly, remember that it's okay if every interaction doesn't lead to a deep connection or a mentorship. It's about building a network and learning from each interaction. Each person you approach and interact with brings a unique perspective and set of experiences that can enrich your own journey. Approaching successful people is an art. Be genuine, respectful, and professional. We've identified and approached successful people. Now let's talk about building relationships with them. Building relationships with successful people is not a one-time event. It is a process that requires ongoing effort, a genuine interest in the person and a commitment to mutual growth. The foundation of any relationship, especially with successful people, is trust. Without trust, a relationship is like a house of cards, ready to tumble at the slightest gust of wind. Trust is built over time and through consistent actions. It's about showing up when you say you will, delivering on promises and being honest, even when it's difficult. Remember, successful people value their time and they appreciate individuals who respect this fact. Mutual respect is another cornerstone. Respect their time, their expertise, and their boundaries. You show respect by listening more than you speak, acknowledging their accomplishments without envy and by being considerate of their time and commitments. Now you might be wondering, how do I keep the relationship engaging? Simple: find shared interests. These could be professional, like a shared passion for innovation, or personal, like a love for vintage cars or Italian cuisine. Shared interests provide common ground and opportunities for shared experience choices. But what happens when disagreements arise? Well, disagreements are inevitable in any relationship. The key is how you handle them. Be open-minded, listen to understand, and not just to respond. Approach disagreements with the intention to learn, not to win. Successful people appreciate those who can challenge them constructively and offer fresh perspectives. And finally, remember patience. Building relationships isn't about immediate gratification. It's about planting seeds and nurturing them over time. It's about the long game. You might not see the fruits of your efforts immediately, but with patience and persistence you will. Building relationships with successful people requires effort and patience. But it's a rewarding journey. So we've learned the steps to becoming friends with successful people. We've discussed the importance of networking, how to identify successful individuals, the right approach to connect with them, and the techniques to build lasting relationships. Each step is crucial to elevate your social circle and ultimately your success. Take time to reflect on these tips. Consider the successful people in your vicinity or those you aspire to connect with. Remember, the journey begins with a single step. Be genuine, be persistent, and most importantly, be ready to learn and grow. This journey isn't always straightforward. There will be setbacks and challenges. But remember, every interaction is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to inch closer to your goals. So go out there, start your journey today. Begin networking, identifying, approaching, and building relationships with successful people. Remember, becoming friends with successful people is a journey, not a destination. Don't forget to subscribe to Financial Literacy for more insightful videos. Until next time, stay financially literate.